I know I'm a YouTuber and I know how much of a hypocrite I sound like right now, but hear me out. YouTube is killing your young coding career. I recently graduated from a coding bootcamp and I am now a junior software engineer. I've been in the industry for a very short amount of time and I am well aware of my lack of experience. And it may be ironic or even hypocritical that I'm posting this video. But there are loads of videos out there of people posting advice, tutorials, and talking about the new shiny technology. Now, none of these are inherently bad. Heck, I'd even argue that a lot of these are great, but when I was starting out, I really struggled with the amount of information out there and I was struck with analysis paralysis. I just couldn't move forward. I couldn't decide on what to do and I ended up spending hours trying to figure out whether I should learn JavaScript or Python as my first language or go down the route of computer science students and learn Java. But in reality, it didn't matter. What mattered was picking any language, sticking with it and learning coding concepts. I repeat, learning coding concepts. When I was starting out trying to break into tech, I saw Reddit posts talking about cloud computing and I saw a couple of videos talking about the potential earnings of it and I decided that's what I wanted to do. I changed my mind after doing some research and finding out how popular JavaScript was and I decided that I wanted to do front-end development. And then Web3 took over all of social media and I nearly went down that route as well. If you're not careful, you'll be suffering from the same thing that I suffered from, the shiny object syndrome. Even when I made a firm decision on what I wanted to learn, I spent hours following tutorials on YouTube, and when I finished along with them, I felt really proud. But when I went to review the code the next day, I had no idea what the code did. That's because the logic or the thinking behind the code wasn't mine. So then naturally I would go back to the tutorial to try and find an understanding that I would only get by doing the project myself. And that's how I found myself in tutorial hell. Following along with tutorials at the beginning is great, but you can only get to the next stage by building projects on your own. There are so many misleading videos like learn how to code in this language in 15 or 10 minutes or sometimes even 5 minutes. In this day and age, TikToks and Reels are really appealing because of how much information you can get in such a short amount of time, which is also why some of these videos are really appealing. But I'm here to temper your expectations. You are not learning JavaScript in 5 minutes. I think we all have our guilty pleasures and occasionally indulge in the day in the life of a software engineer video or the ultimate desk setup in the year 2020 whatever because they're appealing. And they're okay as long as you're limiting how many of these videos you watch and that you know they're not going to make you more employable. The reality is that learning to code is far from easy. It requires months of learning and even when you do get a role, you've got so much more to learn. I can tell you that for free. The learning never stops. It's when you start to niche down on your learning that YouTube becomes a very powerful educational tool. For now, limit the amount of time you're watching videos on YouTube and spend much more time on writing code. Now I know what I'm asking you is really difficult, especially when you've got me on YouTube. I know how difficult it is not to watch my videos, but I implore you, it's for your own good or else your coding career will never take off. If you want to hear about my journey into tech, check out this video. Or check out the other one, it's completely up to you. This is Mohammed and I'll see you guys in the next one, inshallah.